So let's start by having you sort of explain kind of, to borrow a term from the conference, what do you view right now as sort of your biggest disruption? What's changing for you and what are you having to navigate now?
Like most of the marketers here, we're confronting varying degrees of disruption across the spectrum of our businesses. On an internal basis, we're moving out of a period of disruption, which was really just basic merger integration of NetJets acquiring MarquisJet a year ago. And there was an inevitability to it for a number of years. It was always logical and right that the companies would come together and complete under one roof the full spectrum of private aviation products that NetJets now offers. But like any sizable merger, there was a degree of getting everyone exactly in the right place and getting the consistent overarching messaging right and everyone pushing in the same direction. And it's almost exactly a year, and I'd say that even for the last 6 months, we've done an unbelievable job of achieving our goals towards the merger and are really functioning at a very high level.
So how has your brand messaging evolved, and what are you sort of, as we move into 2012, what are you going to be what are you going to be focusing on, especially as far as your product offerings and things like that?
Our messaging, when we first, coming out of the merger, we were able to tell a new story that was a story of, specifically, NetJets is now, it's always been known for safety, it's always been known for scale, it's the global leader in private aviation, it was the creator of fractional jet ownership. But now it was a reminder that NetJets truly offered the full suite of private aviation products for every need state. From on the edges, you had charter and aircraft management, which is NetJets' sister company, Executive Jet Management handles. And then the sweet spot in the middle, you had NetJets Shares, you had NetJets Leases, and the MarquisJet Card program. And that's been the base state of our messaging throughout 2011. Going into 2012, I think that messaging is going to stay inconsistent, and that's our baseline. But the two things that we hear and we need to emphasize, one, and more creatively than just the basic theme I'll say, one is all about time and efficiency and balance. Now everyone from both the mobilization of our worlds, where we're constantly connected 24/7, to people, a lot of people say I'm working twice as hard for half as much, and cliches of that nature in a depressed market. Folks are really, really time constrained, and they're trying to find that basic balance, and they're trying to be more efficient to create also some time to think. And ours is a time machine. We were talking on a panel at the fabulous Forbes CMO summit that we're at. There's unbelievable content across the board. And so much there was a great panel on social media and its impact. And one of the big takeaways or messaging there was about personalization. And people have an expectation around personalization. And general messaging isn't necessarily cutting it anymore. They want you to be talking to them and meeting their needs and putting them in control of also obtaining that information, multi-platform, 24/7, you name it. So it's really catering towards that need, that we're trying to not give a general message across the board, but helping people, A, receive from us, and B, be able to access themselves the information that they want that's specific to their needs. Our best brand advocates are our clients. I can tell you a story and put together a great ad that says how great we are, but it won't possibly match the passion of the many thousands of individuals who have been flying with us for so many years, and it profoundly changes their lives. We have a number of top 50 and top 100 professional golfers that fly with us. And especially the Europeans love to carpool. When they're on this side of the pond, a number of them would like to carpool or jet pool together. And we've seen, there have been examples where after a tournament where one of them have won, they've been on the plane flying to the next location for the next tournament with the trophy from the tournament. They're playing cards. There are some drinks about, and one of them has a handheld, takes a video, and immediately posts it online, probably using the Wi-Fi on the plane. And then I get an alert of brand new content related to NetJets. They mention us by name because they love us, we love them, but I didn't control that content whatsoever. And you have to learn to roll with it and embrace it, and just understand that there's going to be a lot of content about your brand out there that wasn't born here. And you just have to, it becomes part of the conversation.